Sir, shall we start, sir?
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Resource person ready means we will start, madam.
Okay, sir. Ready, sir? Okay, sir. Respected Principal, Dean Academics, Head of Departments, Coordinators of this Faculty Development Program, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants, good evening to one and all. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be a part of the FTP. I sincerely thank to the management and organization committee for inviting me as associated with meaningful academic initiatives. So today chief guest is Mr. M. Kannan Manogaran. Mr. Kannan Manogaran. It is privilege to introduce the chief guest and distinguished technologist, consultant, trainer, and academic contributor with rich industry and teaching experience. Mr. Kannan Manogaran holds a BTech and ME degree and is currently serving as a senior consultant at Koinok Solution Private Limited, New Delhi, with the professional engagement across the India, UAE, UK, Australia, USA, Canada, Singapore, and the Netherlands. He is highly accomplished VMware certified trainer and holds multiple prestigious certification including VMware certified professional, cloud foundation, data center virtualization, cloud management and automation, Tanzu for Kubernetes operation and application modernization. In addition, he is a Microsoft certified trainer, Microsoft certified AI engineer expert, and a Microsoft certified Azure administrator. Mr. Kannan Manoharan is a recognized subject matter expert in VMware, vSphere, VMware Spring, and VMware Tanzu portfolio, and is widely acknowledged as one of India's leading certified trainer for Spring and Spring Boot based modern application development. With over 18 years of experience in software development, cloud management, consultant, and teaching, he has successfully handled projects and training assignments for professionals from more than 20 countries, including the USA, UK, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and the Philippines. His contribution extends beyond industry into research and social development. He has served as research assistant for the post-project evaluation of the SAGI under the University of Mysore, sponsored by the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. He is also the executive director of Divam Solution Research and Development Center and has published several research papers in reputed international peer-reviewed and indexed journal. With his vast expertise spanning cloud technology, application modernization, AI, and industry-aligned training, we are confident that his presence will greatly enrich today FTP. Let us extend a warm and successful, respectful welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Kannan Manoharan. Thank you, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Suresh.
Sir, welcome you, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much. Hope all are from the same time zone. So good evening to all. And I would like to start this session as much as formal. It is immense pleasure to invite you all for the session. And it is very much delighted and grateful to the people who are all in the screen, like faculty community. After a long time meeting of people of faculty community, I'm so happy. And thanks for the team. Thanks for the opportunity given here. And let me go with the session. Right? Okay. So for that, I would like to share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you. Before getting into the session, I would like to give some agenda for today's session. what I'm going to handle now. Actually, yes, we are in the concept of and era of AI, artificial intelligence. In that artificial intelligence, and today's topic is going to discuss with the images, like what are the options we are having in the image analysis as well as the generative AI. Okay, that is the most important and required one in industry right now. Okay, so what is by Gen AI? So why we are having Gen AI and how to work with that Gen AI in Azure. Fine. And one more thing, what is Azure? So why we are, even I mentioned in the slide, Azure, what is it? So before getting into the AI content, let me give some short notes on Azure first. Okay, Azure, it's like a portal. You can consider like it's a portal, but actually it is a one who going to provide the Microsoft cloud resources and services to the people, end users. That is what we are having Azure. So like that, we are having AWS, Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so many public clouds are there. So those public clouds having some resources, having some services. So those resources and services are going to be provided to the people by means of a medium. That is what Azure. Like that, Amazon having that. Amazon having some resources and services. So that resources and services can be provided by means of AWS. So like that, we are having Azure. So we have a portal to get all the resources and services. What is meant by resource? What is meant by service? I'm telling it from the beginning, resources and services. Okay, you can consider like if I require a VM to work for my applications or to work for my to run my machine learning, in the sense, so that is a resource. That the VM is a resource. The network which is required for the connectivity between the VMs is a resource. The storage which can be provided to the VM is a resource. Okay, then what is my service? Service in the sense, I do not require any resources from that. I want to run my work in it. I want to process my request. Okay, that processed request should be done in one part, that is in the cloud, and it is going to provide the output to me. Okay, that is what the services. So we are going to discuss about those services today. Okay, so what is it services? What is it portal? So why we are having it? So we can discuss one by one. Okay, so why we are having and where is it? So everything we can discuss one by one. Fine. Like so portal.azure.com. I would like to get into my account. Yeah. So this is my account, my personal account. So I'm having some of the resource groups. So as I mentioned, I can able to see like, for example, I want to create a VM. So I can able to go for the virtual machines like this. Right? So I would like to go for virtual machines. So I can create a virtual machine. So whatever the machine you want, you can able to create here. Okay. For example, to run my model, to run my analysis for in our data science terminology, to run my data science analysis application, I need a specific category of the server. So that can be provided by means of Azure. Okay. So for example, I need Ubuntu. Okay. Or else I need Red Hat. I need Windows Server 2025 server code. So I can go for it. Okay. So I can able to give which type of resources that he can able to get it. Like what is the CPU size? What is the memory which is required for that VM? So I can give all these things, required things, and I can create a VM here. Okay. This is what I should. The resources from Microsoft, and the resource can be provided by means of a portal called portal.azure.com. Fine. Same like that, we have some set of services. Okay. Let me give an example. Web app. Okay. Okay, it's app services. What is it? I'm a developer. Think about it. I'm a developer. I have prepared one application and I need a server to deploy my application. Okay. So even I'm using the DevOps or CI/CD principles, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. So you can ignore it. I need a place to keep my resources. I need to place my application into the cloud that can be provided to the end users. In the sense, I do not require to create a server. I do not require to add the required softwares or tools which can run my application. I do not require to do anything. Simply, I can go to the Azure, a portal.azure.com. I can use with this service, the app services, and here it can provide a service. Okay, this is an option to create a web app service. So in that web app service, I can able to deploy my application. So I would like to run the entire code in it, or I'm going to run my application as in the form of microservices. That is what containers, Kubernetes does, right? So that I need to run the containers in the sense I can able to add the containers into this web app service itself. Okay, so for example, this is my application. I'm going to run it. So I want to run any type of application like PHP, Python, Node, or .NET 10 long-term services we are required. In the sense, you can able to use it, and it will give an option to place your application. Fine. And the last one, already they have some predefined. You do not require to do anything. You do not require to create the service. You can go for the service and you can use it. That is what the last option. Okay, that also can be provided by the Azure. Okay, that is what you can able to get it from your portal. Okay, can I have a minute? Give me a second. Sorry for the interrupt. Third thing, that is what platform, that is, you do not require to get anything from here. You can just go for it. Already so many services are deployed by means of Azure itself, and hereby you can able to avail those services. Okay, that is what the last category. You know very well about the name and the terminology of all these things. Okay, that is what mentioned like this. Okay, we have infrastructure as a service. By means of Azure, you can able to get infrastructure as a service. Okay, and platform as a service, and finally software as a service. The first option I have given, that is what infrastructure as a service. You can create any resources like VMs, networks, storages. That is what infrastructure as a service. And you do not require to work with the infrastructure. I don't worry with the creation of VMs and the creation of networks, all these things. I need a properly created VM with the required applications in this required tools. In the sense, I can go for the second option, that is what platform as a service. Okay. The third option is software as a service. What is it? Software as a service is just you are going to use the already existing services by means of Azure. Okay, that is what our three different service models in cloud. You know that, right? The public cloud is going to provide three different services in three different factors. So based on the requirement, based on the end user requirement, you can go for it. Okay, so as a research peoples, okay, let me consider you are all as a research people here. Okay, so I would like to go to this session entirely for the research people, those who are doing their researches. Okay, so the research peoples, they are working with the AI applications. For example, some peoples want customization in their VM itself, in the sense in their network in the sense. So they are working with some network kind of applications. So they want to work with the networks. They want to work with the storages. In the sense, they can go for IaaS. So I'm not that kind of research person. I'm just going to do the application. I need a place to deploy my application. That, in the sense, I can go for the second one. Last one is, I'm just going to use, I'm an end user. I'm not going to create anything. I'm just going to use the already existing models, existing services which can be provided by the cloud, in the sense I can go for SaaS. Okay, that's it. Fine. And now getting into the content. Okay, now you are all clear about the Azure services, right? So by means of that Azure services, how we are going to work with the AI. Okay, that is what we are going to touch with entire session, right? So we have to start from the fundamental, right? Already you have spent last 3 days with the fundamentals. I don't want to bore you. Okay, let me make it simple. Artificial intelligence created for these 5 different kinds of purposes. Okay, use cases. The first use case is, whatever the sentence, whatever the text I'm giving, that should be processed. That is what natural language process. It might be a text, it might be a voice, it might be something, anywhere. But it should be converted to a text, and it should be processed. It should be identified by means of their language centric. Okay, that is what natural language processing. That's what my first use case. And second use case, I can able to give some image related options also. So I can able to work with the images. I can able to create an image. I can able to use the image. Okay, for example, I'm a developer. I'm an application. My application having some face related things like facial recognition or face based any application, in the sense I can go for that kind. That is what computer vision. Second purpose. And third purpose is, I would like to extract something from that. So many contents are there. So many data is there. From that data, I would like to extract the knowledge what I need. That is what information extraction. And you may heard about the word RAG, all these things. Okay, so somewhere we are going to extract some information. It might be a text data, it might be a document, it might be something. Okay, so any type of input it is, so I can use it for extracting the information, in the sense that is what my third use case. And the fourth one is, I can create some agents and automation. What is an agent? Okay, you do not require me. I can able to give my clone to you. I can create an agent. Okay, that agent can able to take this 1.5 hours of session, which can record myself, which can able to get the contents from myself and able to give the presentation for 1.5 hours. That is what agent. We can able to automate it. Okay, that is my fourth use case. And the last one is generative. What is a generative? Generative in the sense, instead of extracting, instead of doing something, instead of doing some scripts, it is going to generate their own content. Okay, it might be a text content, it might be an image content, but it can able to generate their self. That is what comes under the last one, generative AI. These are the 5 kinds of purposes, 5 kinds of use cases can be obtained by means of artificial intelligence. For all these things, one is the base. That is what machine learning. Okay, machine learning, deep learning, whatever it is, you can give any name for it. Okay, but you have to learn the machine by means of giving your data sets. Fine, clear? And what is our today's focus is computer vision. And computer vision, as well as I would like to add something related to the generative AI too. Because how we can able to generate some images from Azure tools. Okay. Now, you may get some question right here. Are you going to use the models which can be provided already, or we can able to create some model? Okay. Now, that the answer for the question is, we can able to use the first one. Already, we have some set of models included in our Azure. So you can able to use those models. And second one, those models can be customized by means of training your own data. If you train your own data to the models which can be provided, that is what built-in models in the sense. So that can able to work with your requirements. Okay, that is what you have to train with your training data set. And if you test anything from that training data set, it is going to be do the things. And the third one is, it can also be created options to create your own model. Okay, that is a quote. Okay, I don't know who said that. AI is very easy. Very, very easy. Only for the people, those who are using it. But AI is so much tough, those who are creating it. Okay. So if you are creating it, you have to work for it. Work for like creating the models, like creating the data set, providing the data set, training it, and how far you are making them train. It is that output can becomes in that way itself. Right. So let me discuss how we can able to use those services and how we are going to access the models which can be already there. Okay, fine. Because it is not possible to give creating the model. Okay, but from this session, I can able to use the models which can provide, which can accomplish our requirements. Fine. So let me make this session by means of some sectors. The first sector is analyzing the images. What type of analysis I can able to get it? For example, if I give an image to you, to a human, okay, if I give an image, I just tell to you, like analyze it. What are the things you can able to analyze it? Like you can analyze what is the picture says. You can give some caption for it, and you can add some more dense captions there, and you can able to read the text which is in the image, right? For example, you can consider my screen as an image. Okay, from that screen you can able to read, analyze images, because your brain has been trained with what is the A, what is N, what is the L, Y, Z, D. It's the same way the image have to be identified, recognized the characters. Okay, that is what was here, right? So you can able to get the text, read the text from the images, and also you can able to identify the objects inside the images. There is a box, there is a line, the line is curved, okay, from the bottom to the top. So like that you can able to detect the objects in the images, and finally you can classify it. Okay, this is just a screen that demonstrate the what I'm going to do. You are classifying it. How you are classifying it? Because you are already trained. Your mind is already trained. The same way the model can able to do all these things. It can recognize the face, it can recognize the text, it can recognize the objects in it. Okay, everything can be obtained by means of that images itself. Fine. So image analysis, that is what. So you can use some predefined computer vision models to generate a caption for an image based on its content, and you can suggest some appropriate tags to the images, and detect and locate a common objects in an image, and detect and locate the people in an image also. Okay, these are the application side. Okay, if you want that applications, so if you are creating an application to detect the people in that image, in the sense you are going to use that service. That's all. Okay, how to use it? Okay, let me show that to you. For accessing it, we have some options. These are the deployment options of the model. First one is Azure AI Foundry. Second one is Azure AI Services, that is multi-service resource. We can call it like cognitive services. A third one is computer vision service. Okay, let me take that computer vision service first. After that, I would like to go for that Azure AI Foundry and Azure AI Services in the upcoming slides. I would like to go for that computer vision. Okay, a vision in the sense, go to the portal again. Yeah, this is computer vision. Let me take this service. I'd like to create a service. Fine. Let me go for a new resource group. Okay. What is my resource group is? For organization purpose, I'm just organizing my resources and services into a single logical construct called resource group. That's all. Okay. So region, I can able to use the region to keep my resources and services. Okay. East US is better for me. And the name is, it's a computer vision service for Jan 25. Sorry, 26. Fine. The pricing tier, would like to go for standard S1 10 calls per second. This service can able to provide the response up to 10 requests per second. Okay, that is what S1 10 calls per second. And yes, I'm a responsible AI notice. Okay, you have to be with the responsible on AI in terms of fairness, in terms of so many responsibilities given to the people who are working with the AI. Okay, so you have to select it, acknowledge it, and finally you can create a service. Let's take some time. Let's wait for it. And one more thing, in Azure, everything is cost. Okay, whatever you're doing, everything is going to be costed. It is going to get some money from you, from your account. Right? Okay, service created. Going to the resource group again. Sorry. Yes. Jan 26 created. This is what the resource. Okay. So if you are an administrator, consider you are an administrator. So you are providing the service to the developer. Okay, think about it. If you are an administrator, the developer needs it. Okay, he is a developer. Okay, so he needs to work with this computer vision service. So as an administrator, you have created the computer vision service, and you need to provide this endpoint. Okay, HTTPS colon something. You need to provide this endpoint, and then you have to give an authorization key to access this resource. Okay. By the way, the developer can able to access the resource, and you can able to manage your resources. Same way, after creating the resource, it will provide. This is the endpoint: HTTPS colon CV SVC Jan 26 cognitive services.azure.com, and then you can able to use two different keys. Actually, both are similar keys. Okay, you can use those two keys, and those, if I give these keys and the endpoint to a developer, then the developer can able to use that in their application and able to develop an AI-based application. Okay, this is what Azure can able to provide us. Fine. So let me show. If anyone have this resource, what are the options he can able to get it? So he can able to get some of the features. So for that, to explore the features, you can use the portal portal.vision.cognitive.azure.com. Okay, so he can able to work with some resource, some services here. Like for example, if I'm work with the faces, okay, face-based application in the sense, so I would like to work with the face-based application. If I research, if I analyze it, okay, so the image can able to identify the face, and the face is having mask or not. Okay, yes, she's beard mask, the face mask covering nose and mouth. Okay, so like that we can able to analyze the images. So this is a portal that explore your services here. So like that we have some set of portals. Azure having so many portals, but you are not going to work with all the portals. So whenever required, you can able to practice that portals. Okay, I will show you one or two portals in this session. Okay, this is one of the portal.vision.cognitive.azure.com. That portal is a very basic portal for work with the computer vision, image-based analysis. Okay, keep it aside. Fine. To analyze an image, what do you have to do? So you have to use two different options. One is REST-based option, another one is SDK-based. What is REST-based? REST-based in the sense, it can able to accept the REST request here. The REST request means HTTP request. So if you are a developer, if you create an application, that application is considered to be a REST client. Okay. From the REST client, you can able to send the request to the REST server. Okay. That request should be HTTP request, and it can return the response in the form of the same HTTP in the form of JSON. Okay. So they can able to get the output in the form of JSON, and from that their required things should be. Okay, that is what mentioned in the slide. So you can use the REST interface or SDK. SDK in the sense normal C# having some SDK, and Python. If you are using Python having some set of libraries, you can use those libraries, and you can use those classes defined inside that libraries. Okay, so they have mentioned with the example image analysis client is the one which is mentioned with the C#. Okay, so image analysis client object to call the analyze method request the visual features here. If I request the visual features by means of sending the image, and the response should become in this format. So what is that model? Which model they have used, and what is the caption for the image? What is the dense caption? What is the tags? What is the objects? People, everything can be obtained by means of here. Right? This is what analyzing an image. Right? Next to the analyzing the image, we have an option like detect, analyze, and recognize with the faces. Separately, we have a separate service for face. Okay, but that having more restrictions for the end users. Let me go for it. It is called Face API. Face API services. End users in the sense, as per the Azure, we are the end users. Okay, so face service, if I take the face service, if I create the face service, okay, so see, so what it can able to provide, it embed the powerful facial recognition capabilities into your application for seamless, secure, and trustworthy user experience. No machine learning expertise required for it, because already that was learned. Okay, and you can do the face detection, you can do the face liveness detection. Okay, what this actual user is doing, and face verification. You can verify two faces for like authentication, authorization purposes. You can use the face verification and face identification. Okay, and face grouping. You want to group some of the peoples into a single. In the sense, you can able to use this service. This is what Face API. So like that, you can able to work with the language service. Okay, we are not considering the language service. That is what I'm not telling about the language service, speech service, translator, machine learning. So document intelligence, if you want to recognize some characters from the entire document, in the sense you can go for the document intelligence service. So we have so many services in our Azure like this. Right? So what is it? API's Face API. So that is going to use to detect and locate the faces in image and analyze the facial features. Okay, like you are wearing the glasses, wearing the mask, and where is your eyeballs? Where is your nose? Where is your nose? What they are speaking, laughing. So everything can be analyzed by means of this. That is what analyze facial features, and implementing the facial recognition solutions too, right? Through the face APIs. So these are face reduction, locate the faces in image, face attribute analysis, like analyzing the features of the faces like head position, occlusion, accessories, what you have weird, and facial landmark locations like eye corners, pupils, tip of the nose, where it is, for sentiment analysis like that. Okay, and face comparison, facial recognition, face. So like that, we have some operations which is added to the image face API analysis. Now, classifying the images and detecting the objects. For classifying the images, we have another one more service. That is what custom image service. From that, you can able to use the models, and that models can be trained and tested here. And after training and testing, that will provide an endpoint to you. As a developer, you can able to access it. You can use it. Fine. Introduction to the image classification and object detection. In Azure, for giving the ability to image classification, we have two options. One is multi-class, another one is multi-label. Multi-class in the sense that model recognizes the multiple classes. Each image is tagged using one class label here. If I'm having so many objects, I would like to classify those images into a single group, a single class. That is what classification. Multi-label in the sense that each image can be tagged with multiple classes. It is not like you have to be with the image with the single class. So you can able to make that image with multiple classes, like I'm having that image with apple, orange, like that, in the sense that is comes under the multiple labels. Okay, so we have two options, multi-class and multi-labels. Fine, that is what the left hand, image classification. And the next one is object detection. Simple. You are going to identify the location of where that object is and what are the object is. That is what object detection. So you can train a model to detect and locate one or more object types in an image. So that model can able to identify different classes of in a single image, different objects in a single image, and that can able to locate where it is also, what it is, where it is. That is what object detection. Okay, these two things can be done by means of our Azure AI itself. Fine. AI custom vision. We have a service, that is what AI custom vision.ai. Okay, so let me go for that portal. Custom vision.ai. And sorry for that. I know I'm merging the contents because this is whole day session. I'm making this whole day session into a 1.5 hour. So that's why I'm merging. I'm unable to give the full-fledged demo to you. Okay. But try to learn about, try to make it as a trigger point. You can able to get what are all the options we are having in AI and what are all the port options, features that can able to supported by Azure. Okay, so one of the option is custom vision.ai. So let me get into that custom vision.ai by means of signing in. Same account. Yeah, fine. I don't have any existing projects here. Yeah, I would like to create a new project. See this. This is what the custom vision.ai can provide. Like I'm just going to work with my classification. So classification 01. Right? And for demo purpose. And I would like to use that services which is already there for image classification. And it should be multiple tags per image or single tag per image. Okay, I would like to go for single tag per image. And which type of tagging it is? So I don't know, might be general category. Okay, I would like to go for general category here. Create a project. Okay, obviously it is going to create a project. And hereby you can have some options. Like you can add some images here. After adding the images, it will give you an option to tag that images. And then after adding that images, you can able to test that images. Okay, and it will give you some predictions options also. This is what a custom vision.ai can able to provide to you. And by means of adding the training images, you can able to target and do training to the models which is already there. Okay, so that is what classification, right? So you have to train that training data set, and after that, if you give any test image, that is going to test the image by means of already trained data set, so that it will give an option to add that images here. Okay, so I'm sure I'm having any images here. Let me check with that. Microsoft Azure AI 102. Yes, I don't have. Actually have, but let me check with my local Git. Shop on web. Sorry, I don't have any images in this image in this mission. Okay, if I'm having any images, I can able to add it, and it allows me to get that images can be trained. Okay, so this is an option. Fine, give me a second. Sorry. Fine. Now, next thing is as I mentioned, this is the portal, and by means of that, you can able to do training as well as prediction. And after prediction, after testing all these things, after finding the precision, accuracy, the recall, everything, FN score, everything, then you can use those models into your application. Okay. Finally, we get into the vision-enabled generative AI application. Generative AI, what is it? Generative AI, it is going to generate something from their own. By means, it might be a text, it might be an image, it might be a voice, anything. Based on your input, based on the data trained already, the models which can be used to give that generated things, generated contents. Okay. So we have some set of models. So we can use those models by means of two different categories. For example, if I use that models, if I give the text to generate some text in the sense, that is a normal model. When it is going to be considered to be a multimodal is, I'm just going to add an image and asking something from that image in the sense, that is what multimodal. Anyone want to say anything? I just hear our sound here. Okay, thank you. If you want to ask anything, you can feel free to ask, unmute yourself and ask your doubts. Thank you. And generative AI models respond to the prompts. So whatever the prompts you are giving, that is going to return a dynamically created contents here. Okay. So those models are considered to be a multi-modal generative AI models. Okay, that can able to get text as an input, image as an input, speech as an input. We are currently using it, right? Okay, so we are using so many models, so many applications in current world by means of this itself. And if you want to implement all those things into your application, you can able to generate, you can able to explore those models, already existing models, or else if you want to create the models, you can able to create from here itself. Fine. Multimodals. So we have some set of models here. OpenAI like GPT-4, GPT-4 Mini, Pi-4 multimodal instruct. These are some set of models, sample models here. Those models support vision-enabled chatting also. A chat playground can provide an option to to work with those visions. Okay, so I would like to give what is it. If I'm using a chat application, so usually the chat application is going to be with the text-based chatting itself at first. So after that, instead of text, they are ready to provide the input as in the form of images and speeches. It can able to use the image URL from the local itself, or else it can convert it as an image binary data, and that the data can able to provide to send as a request, and it's going to get the response in your application. So how to create that model, how to use that model, and how we are going to access those models here. Right? So first of all, let me create one chat application. And from that application, how we are going to use the models. But I'm going to make it reverse. By means of it, I can explore all the models here. To explore all the models, we have one more portal. This is most important portal. Okay, you can put multiple stars in it. That much most important portal it is. That is what ai.azure.com. ai.azure.com. Sorry. Okay, getting into that directly. Let me go for the Foundry. Okay, fine. So this is the dashboard of the ai.azure.com. This is called Azure AI or Microsoft Foundry. You may have heard about this word, Foundry, AI Foundry. You have to be with some resources, and you can able to explore some models here. I hope you're all from that AI background. You may have heard about these models already. GPT 5.2, DeepSeek. Okay, so let me show the entire catalog of models. So these are the models. Okay, these are the models in our market. So you can able to select the models by means of these options like collections. These are the models provided by. I don't want all these models. I want the models from OpenAI. Where is it? So let me go for Microsoft models, Meta models, Meta, and OpenAI. Azure OpenAI. Okay. So I want these models itself. So from this, I can able to choose one. And based on the industry, you can choose. Based on the capabilities, you can choose the models. And based on the deployment options, managed compute or serverless APIs. You need a compute to run those models. That means you need an agent. You need a VM to run those models. That is what managed compute. You do not require. If you select the model, automatically it will run. That is what serverless API. Based on the REST methods. Get method, put method, post method. That is what REST methods, right? So those methods can be used to send the request and get a response. That is what serverless API methods. And inference task. Based on the inference task, you can do it. So for what purpose we are using it? We are acquiring it, like phase reduction, image analysis, custom extraction, okay, chat completion. So many models are created for chat completion itself, for chatting applications. Okay, so because we are all working with those chat applications right now more, right? Gemini and ChatGPT, those are all. So those models prepared by means of these models itself, right? And fine-tune task licenses. Based on the license what you have, you can able to choose that model. We have a catalog. We have an option to compare those models also. Which model is best and which one is apt for your application, you can compare it. Right? So this is what model catalog. If you go with any model, okay, so I can able to use those model. like GPT, iPhone 4, yeah, GPT, iPhone 4 mini. Okay, let me try with GPT-4. Okay, I'm just going to use this model. Here, I can use existing projects, but I would like to go for new project. Project is for demo, hyphen 001. It's not allowed. So SRM demo 001. Yeah, it's allowed. So it's creating a new project in the subscription, in the foundry, in the region, and with this resource group. If I don't want, I would like to use the existing resource group in the sense I can select it. Okay, and it allows me to create the resource. Wait for a while. Always portal takes some time to create the things for you. Okay, so you have to wait for it. Please bear for me. Yes, it is created. Fine. Let me deploy it. Failed to deploy the model. Duplicated. Why? GPT-4. Give me a second. Yeah, 4 is there. Let me use this model. Actually, it is creating the resources in our portal. You can find all these things. Those are all the just exploring portal, but major portal is our portal.azure.com. Whatever we are doing there, so that is going to be reflected here itself. So see this, RG02. Here itself all are creating. SRM demo 01, SRM demo 001, okay, MKP, something Sweden Central, Jan 26, whatever you are doing in separate portals, that is the portal which is there. So that is not actual portal, those are the exploring portal. Actual portal is portal.azure.com. From here itself, we can do all these things. Yeah, portal created. And portal created with the URL and the key, that's the most important, because developer need to use those to utilize those models in their application. Okay, for example, I'm creating creating a chat application in the sense, chat app in the sense, so I have to use that URL endpoint and the key. Fine. Now I'd like to explore it by means of a playground here itself. I'm not going to create an application, I'm just going to explore it. Okay, this is what model. Okay, like say something. Um, Otherwise, give me a roadmap or route map for Liverpool Street to Tower Beach in London. Okay, start at Liverpool. Okay, exit the station, walk south along Bishopsgate and Grace Church Street, past Monument Station, cross London Bridge, and you can able to walk through the reach Tower Bridge. Okay, so this is what a chat application. I can able to create my own chat application, which is helps for me, right? And you can able to make some prompting here, make some changes here. Okay, I don't. It's a AI assistant. I don't want this. That this is an AI assistant that helps the people find information. I would like to change it. Like what? How I'm going to change it? You are you are sorry. You are an old German drama actor. Okay, I want my AI chat application as a German drama actor. Okay, let me change it. Apply changes. Okay, I would like to ask the same question to him again. Give me the roadmap. Sorry, give me the roadmap for. Asking the same question. Answer provided. Bustling hub full of life from here to vast options. Sorry, we can't able to understand what it is because we don't understand how the German drama actors can speak. Okay, because like that itself, our chat application is speaking right now. The same way, you can able to prompt it. You can make some prompts here. Okay, for example, so let me make it again as in you are AI assistant. Okay, now apply changes. Now I'm sad. Sorry, you are feeling this way. It takes courage to share your emotions here. You're not alone, and your feelings are valid. What's on your mind? It's asking. It's just talking to us. I don't want like this. I don't want like this. I would like to want like you are an sentiment analysis or analyst. You are a sentiment analyst. Just analyze my. I'm sad. Mhm. Okay, he can't able to understand it. So make some example here. If user said, I'm sad or I'm happy, you need to tell like the sentiment is positive. Enjoy for today. Like that you have to tell. Apply changes. Now, let me make it again. Sad. Sentiment is negative. Okay, but it having something related to the negative. I hope things get better for you soon. Can you understand? So like that, I'm training my model, training the model which is created for the chat. Okay, so this is what we are having here. So this is the way, this is one of the way, like you can able to give the text to get the text. Otherwise, you can give so many options here. That is what the next option. You can select any files here. For example, let me select this. Just explain this image. This image shows a professional setting where a group of people is participating in a meeting or a presentation. A presenter is standing near the board, right? Near a flip chart, displaying diagrams and graphs. Yes, it is. Right? So just analyze the image and can able to give the caption for it, explanation for it. Okay. By the way, you can able to generate, you can able to make your application. Okay. Whatever the things you want in the chat, so make it and able to give to the developer to get the same thing as in the form of application. This is what the AI can able to provide. Yeah, this is a generative AI. It's generating the contents for you. Yeah. Now, getting into the topic again. The next topic is generating the images with AI. So far, we haven't generated any images. We just used it. If you want to generate any images, so that also can be possible. Fine. Like, what is generating? Some generative AI models are capable of creating the original images. For example, we have DALL-E models. DALL-E is a state-of-art generative model developed by OpenAI that can create the images from textual descriptions. Whatever the description you have given, so that having ability to create an image based on the text. And for that, there is a model already there. That model can be used from that AI itself. You can deploy and use those image generation models in this Azure AI Foundry project itself. Okay, so that is user generation models. Okay, so we have some set of models like DALL-E 3, GPT Image 1, and you can deploy the image generation models and test them in our portal images from Playground itself. Right? So here itself, like if you want to send the request could be sent in the form of prompt and number of images and what is the size of the image and what is the quality of the image and style of the image. So all these inputs can be provided as in the form of prompt, as in the form of the content, JSON, and then it will provide the created image as a form of response. Okay, fine. So you can able to create an application by this way. So let me show that to you. Give me a second. Going back. Okay. I don't want this model. Let me go for the catalog again. We require DALL-E model, right? DALL-E. Okay, DALL-E 3 is there. Let me go for it. Can use this model. Deploy. Okay, open in the Playground. Fine. So now, generate an image. How we can see that said that again. Generate an image of an robot eating spaghetti. Okay, how many of them like spaghetti? I don't know, but I would like to go for spaghetti right now. It's generating. It's almost done. Yes, it is. This is spaghetti, right? Robert is eating spaghetti. Fine. The model can able to generate the images here. Okay. The same way, you can able to ask any inputs here. So inputs like you can give the text and you can able to select the size and which style you want. You want vivid or you want natural or you want quality, how much quality it is. Okay, so like that you can able to give these prompts inputs and then it will give the generated image as in the form of response. Fine, clear? Like this simple. So this is the way you can, if you want, you can download and you can use those images here. Right. It's generated. Fine. Thank you. So this is what generative AI. Okay. So let me summarize what we have discussed. So we have started our discussion like why we are concentrating on Azure, how Azure can able to provide support to the people, those who are working with the AI, like by providing the resources, by providing the services, and by providing the options for deploying your applications. And then I have given like what is the ways we are having to access those services. And by means of that, how to get the services, create the services. If I create the services, how to analyze your images and how it is used for the phase related things in the image processing and how to do the classification and detection and the models, use the models, the portal. And finally, we discussed with the AI, generative AI, for generating the image as an input to get that output, and you can able to give the input prompts to generate some output as an image also. Okay, so these are all the contents we have discussed so far. Any doubts, any queries you want to ask to me? Anything you want to ask, anything you want to say?
Dear participants, you can ask your doubt, please.
Okay, fine. Hope it says like you don't have any doubts right now. If you have any doubts, you can able to mail to me through the mail ID which I have shared in the chat. Sorry, in the screen. If you want, I can able to share it in the chat too. Fine. Thank you all, and thanks once again. Thanks for the opportunity given to me for giving this wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dear participants, I share the quiz and feedback form in our group. Kindly fill up it. If you have any doubt, kindly mail to Mr. Kannan Manoharan. Thank you so much, my dear participants.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, one more question
Yes,
raised.
yes, I'm seeing it. Yes, Flora. These services only available in Azure. No. I'm just showing that what are the services we are having with Azure, but you can able to get all these services in all the public cloud, even OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI is not a cloud. OpenAI is one who going to provide all the services. OpenAI is the leader of the AI services. Okay, but they are all copying it. We are all the copycats. One of the copycat is Azure. We are just using the services from the AI. I know only from the Azure AI. That's why I'm showing to you. Fine, Flora. Thank you. Any other doubts?
Any other doubts, participants?
Okay. One more thing. I would like to add one more point here. What is it? Which I have taken this content. So these are all comes from a single certification. That is what a global certification for the developers as well as the administrators. Those who are working with the AI. That certification is Azure AI Engineer Expert, Microsoft Certified Azure, yeah, AI Engineer. Okay, this is what the certification. Fine. So hereby I have taken. So this is what we have discussed today. Develop computer vision solutions in AI. Other than that, we have how to use generative AI apps and how to develop AI agents on Azure, how to develop natural language solutions, and how to develop AI information. This is free. You know, these are entirely it is free. You can go for this link and you can able to learn. Okay, you can prepare for the exam, practice for the exam, and you can take an practice assessment test also. And finally, you have to. It is not recommended. It is not recommended for the peoples who are working with the faculties, but you can add some values to your profile. So for that, you can able to write this exam. Okay, this is what the exam. This is the exam directly to the Microsoft. It's a global certification. Okay, you can schedule the exam through PSLU and you can write it from your home itself. Right? Okay. So this is 100 minutes of exam. It takes 1,000 marks, and you have to get at least 800 around 1,000. Okay, for this exam, and you can prepare from this itself, and you can able to get the contents, all these things from here. It will give a lecture, entire lecture. Okay, fine. Thank you. And anyone want? Let me share that link to you in the chat. Okay. Once again, thanks to everyone, and thanks to the team which is behind the screen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.